Okay, so this video, man, I ended up stumbling upon this interview of the guy who played what's it called the guy who played Eddie on Family Matters. I don't know, like, because I know some people, everybody's not from America, so I'll just give a brief explanation on Family Matters. Family Matters was this show in the '90s that really got popular after this character named Steve Urkel, this nerd who would just always like he would always accidentally destroy like everything in the room. There's always this character in every country, like this character who's just extremely clumsy. Like he'll like pick up the phone and then knock somebody over behind him on accident, type of thing. There's always and Steve Urkel was pretty much the pushing force behind why the show got popular. Now, he's not what I'm going to talk about. What I'm going to talk about is one of the characters on the show. The character's name was Eddie. The real guy's name is like Darius McCray or something like that. Now, he was talking about his experience, which is the main topic of this video, his experience dating this woman named Corinne Steffens, also known as her nickname, Superhead. Because Corinne Steffens was... Now, I'm going to give some background on the character Corinne Steffens in case you don't know who she is. Corinne Steffens is the has-been. She's a has-been, but she still managed to hold on to her, to at least some of her beauty. And she's got to be like 40 now. She's got to be at least 40 now. But she's the one of those lucky ones who, for whatever reason, either her genetics are just that strong, or maybe she had got surgeries, or maybe she just worked out and just took on a legit decent diet and just held on to it. But for whatever reason, she's held on to her, her looks or whatever. So, and I looked up pictures of her, and she still looks good. Now, Corinne Steffens was, from what I can remember, and I could have this wrong, she started out as a music video girl. Because back, and I say like mid to late '90s, music videos were like the thing to watch. So like I remember like we would just like wait on like certain music videos to come on TV. Like that was like like the shit. And Corinne Steffens was like the one girl who was like kind of always in different music videos, and she was always like that the girl everybody wanted. She was light. She's a black girl, but she's light skinned. And she just had that look about her, like everybody wanted to fuck her. So she ended up coming out with a documentary with like like an autobiography on her life, and she pretty much admits to like if any guy while she would travel on the road with these rappers and stuff, at any time if any guy ever wanted a blowjob or wanted to fuck her, she just did it because she felt like they deserved it. Because like as we all know, relatively powerful men to a woman usually equals welcome sex. It just is what it is. So she made like videos of the reason why her nickname is Superhead or Superhead is because I think she ended up releasing like pornos or like some kind of way, like somebody was recording and it got leaked out or something like that. And she was just, just sucking dick. And she was good at sucking dick. So she gained the name Superhead. And these are like just the complete has-beens washed up. And when I mean like has-beens in this context, like, see, like I said, I make these videos for guys who maybe don't know or maybe or just never even thought to think of stuff like this. See, with that Superhead, see, girls like that, man, by the time they're 40 and they still look like really, really, really good, there's a reason why they're single, okay? I learned years ago, if a woman looks that good, if a woman is still gorgeous and she's still, rocking stuff and, she still looks like really good at 40, that's probably more of a red flag in my opinion. It probably is. It's probably more of a red flag if she's like a 9 or a 10 relatively for her age at 40 and she can't keep a man. That's more of a red flag than I'd say dating like a 30-year-old who's like maybe like a 7, because at least she can at least still try with a man and create a family at the drop of a hat, and all that. But see, when they're 40, like the whole possibilities of having a family with them is over pretty much. and then they look that great, but could never keep a man this whole time. That is a huge red flag. And then the worst part is, I googled the girl Corinne Steffens, and some fool married her. And it's even more sad because because on it says Corinne Steffens, aka Superhead, married either some fucking Columbus Short. I guess this guy's name is Columbus Short. Like this dude is like ultimate beta chump of the century. Like, how worse? I don't know if you get much worse than that. Because, okay, the reason why I say I don't know if you get much worse than that is because, okay, because you could, like I said, I make these videos to get guys to think, if they don't already know these things, to think in like maybe wider terms of the reality of the situation. Okay, like with Corinne Steffens, she's probably worse to me than an actual porn star, in my opinion. Because see, Corinne Steffens wasn't hooking up with random dudes for money. She was doing it strictly to stay part of a gang. You see what I'm saying? Like, there was no like business proposal in it. There was no, real method of survival that went along with it. She was doing it just to be a fucking what's it called? Not a flunky, a groupie. She was doing it just to be a groupie at the end of the day. Like she was a groupie hoe. Okay, at least porn stars go out with the intention to get paid. You see what I'm saying? Like, because some of them come from like real messed up families. They was living in horrible conditions, and that was like a lot of them girls. Some of those girls, that was their only way out, and there was no other way out. But see, Corinne Steph, no man, like you can't. And then she's like 40 on top of that. That's brutal. Because I talked about that other porn star who got married to a preacher, Jenna Presley or something like that. Jamie Presley, or whatever her name is. Like, see, that's some beta bullshit too. But that was at least, okay, at least she was like strictly porn star type thing. So you knew, like you really knew what she was about. Whereas like Corinne Steffens, see, like women, okay, because I feel like I'm drifting too far. Women who end up in that boat, man, like that. I learned years ago, women like that who look that good, you as a man will be much better off in the long run paying her for sex and then leaving. Like literally the second it's done, you are much better off doing that than to sit around and exist and cohabitate with this thing. Like, for multiple reasons, you will be much better off. There is, like I say in other videos, there is very few benefit in a man marrying a woman too far over 26 or 27 years old. There's very few wins for you in that. And then not to mention, like if she's like hot, she's been passed. I mean, she's been passed around like a box of cigarettes at a prison yard. Like, I mean, like, and probably it was worse than that because she wasn't even doing it for money. She was doing it just to stay in a prison yard. You see what I'm saying? At least in a prison yard, they selling you for 15 cents or something like that. But she wouldn't even get no money. She was just, man, oh man. But like I mean, there is always a beta chump. There is that beta chump always exists. That beta chump always exists. Now, when it comes to like marrying women, my personal thoughts on is this. My personal opinion that I would advise to other men is this: you don't initiate it. All right. You wait for her to start getting antsy about it and start making it clear that she, if you're considering this woman for marriage, it's kind of the same thing. Like if you like a woman and you like crazy about her, like don't ever initiate first contact about it because like it's because like I said, with a woman, you're always in a constant tug of war struggle. So if you bite first, then that gives her all the power in it, you see. But if she starts like getting antsy about blah, 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 then that gives you the power in it to actually go and ask her. But yeah, man. But that's a whole other topic. But yeah, the has-beens, man. Like stay away with those women who are over 27. And they look amazing. Those are the has-beens, man. Those has-beens are nothing but trouble. They're nothing but trouble for you. If she's over 26, 27, and she looks great, that woman, just know that woman has been passed around like crazy because she couldn't keep a man this whole time, but she looks that good. So you know, every time she walked outside her front door, guys were staring at her, hollering at her, trying to take her out, blah blah blah. And you mean tell me she's not going to take some free meals from time to time in exchange for opening one of her holes? Of course she's going to do it. Especially watch, let that money get a little low. Oh, she's opening them holes for free meals, bro. I guarantee you that. I promise you that. So like, man, God, like I'm just so like flabbergasted at this Corinne Steph, because like I said, Corinne Stephens was like that beauty model type back in the mid late 90s, and this was before porn had like really taken off, and there was there was like tubes of it where you could just like watch whole fucking movies of beautiful women doing anything. Like this was before those days, so like she was like everybody if you were into rap music, you know the name Corinne Stephens. And maybe if you maybe even weren't into rap music, you may still know the name Corinne Stephens or Superhead. And a dude who marries that, man, like that's just an extreme case. But pretty much any super good looking girl over 27 is going to be a superhead in relativity. And that is just, man, like, God, I can't even make a whole coherent sentence because like I said, I don't write anything down. I just start talking. But like that is a brutal of any man who could do that. And it's not for like getting like a green card or a visa or something like that. Any man who's like legitimately doing it because he liked the woman is just like that dude is just so lost. You can't fix it. You like that dude. He's just going to be that kind of dude for the rest of his life. But yeah, this video really. I feel like this video didn't amount to much because I just can't even form a coherent sentence on the situation because it's just so mind blowing that that beta out there would marry that. And like I said, I think it's worse marrying her than a porn star because at least a porn star you knew what she was about. You see what I'm saying? Like with these little groupie whores. Like the groupie whores are probably the equivalent of like the Joker in The Dark Knight. I keep going back to Batman, but it's probably like the equivalent of like the Joker in The Dark Knight. Like they can't be beat, bullied, or reasoned with. Some whores just want to watch the world burn. Like that's what it is. They see like at least porn stars, you know what they're after. Because then like okay, like I'm comparing a lot of shit to Batman lately, but the Joker, Alfred told Batman a story to compare to Joker because Batman was so focused on the Joker being after something, you see, and that's what porn stars usually. Porn stars are after something. You see what I'm saying? But like true whores, like Corinne Stephen whores, like true whores, they not really after anything. Those whores are pretty much like the Joker. Like how he said, some men just want to watch the world burn. And they're not after any money. They're not after any political reason. They're not after anything. They just want to watch the world burn. And that's like somewhat like the Corinne Stephens out there. Like, see those whores, they just want to watch the world burn. They not really after nothing other than like, typical things that women do, just to look pretty, and attract men. After that, they're not really after it. So like, see a woman like that, you cohabitating with that and try to be partners with that, you will always be in last place. And that's what the guy from Family Matters did. I promise you, that's what happened to him. He found himself constantly in last place with her. In the reality, when he really sat down and really thought about himself and thought about where he fits into her life and thought about, the influence he has on her life and everything, I will bet $1 million to a donut every single time he did that, if he even had the courage to think that deeply, because it's going to hurt when he realized the reality. Every time he did that, he said, yeah, like I'm really behind in this. She's really taking the lead. I get, because women like that, man, like by the time they end up, See, but this is why I say this. See, by the time women end up too solo and independent like that, and they truly learn how to indulge themselves into acts that enjoy them that do not revolve around one man, those women are just they're just these women are forever damaged goods. There is no coming back off of that. None. No, I'm just gonna say there is no coming back off that as far as their true inside reasoning. Now, maybe like if they just run out of money and they need a place to live and they just can't get money again, now they'll learn how to act for that right man to just stay in this place and act right, so they can like pretend that persona of being like a functional woman. But like those women are defective women. I guarantee you, with the women like Corinne Steffens, she won't keep a man long. Okay, she can't. She like see these has-been women. I call them defective women, but they are just forever damaged. There's nothing you can do. All right, and I already know how he fell for it. Just like how all men fall for women who are over, who are relatively over, like 32, 33 years old. I already know how he fell for it. When she walked up, she told him what he wanted to hear. She was, relaxed and welcoming for him and all that. I guarantee you she wasn't like that when she was 22. All right. But when she was 32, she learned how to do all that. Why do you think she learned how to do all that? Because she's running out of options. That's why. Hey, you was Eddie from Family Members probably getting residual checks. There's probably more to whatever she can get for sucking a dick right now. All right. That's why she knew how to act when you came around. All right. It's not rocket science, man. It really isn't. Like, see, and then like I'm going on a side rant, but see, and then guys, they want to get caught with like, oh yeah, she liked me. She liked me. She liked me. Look, man, look. That is the immediate betaist bullshit you can ever come up with. Like, she liked me. Like, no, she liked what she thought you could do for her life, and then played along accordingly. Look, women from the age of 12 and 13 learn how to scheme from their aunts, nieces, cousins. They learn how to scheme from then. See, and then guys are the ones who genuinely get stuck in this trap of, oh, she liked me. Women learn early on. See, women learn very early on. Like, men don't really like them initially. Men like the costume that they're wearing, which is, tight body makeup, long hair. They learn that from a young age, so they really know what it is for real. See, men, we like dumb men, which most of us start out as, we want to start out like by believing, oh, like she liked me just because I was me. Just because I was me. She truly liked my personality. And some guys never grow out of that. And those are the guys who you always see sitting up drinking with a cup of alcohol and red eyes and just hitting the table and screaming and all this stuff. Cause see, they still think it's about them. No, bruh. It's about what you about. Okay, to the Family Matters dude, do you think she would have done the same thing to a dude working at Foot Locker? No. Unless he was in like an executive position, maybe. But do you think she would have done the same thing for a guy working at Pancake House or Burger King? No. She didn't like him. She never did. Okay, she probably get a little bit extra resources, maybe some relatively superior dick from time to time compared to what she can get pulled at any time now. And probably have a slight status boost because, I mean, let's face it, the dude, I mean, he's tall, dark, and handsome. I give him that. Well, I don't know if he's handsome because I'm always a horrible judge of like what handsome is. I don't know, but he's tall and dark, so that's a huge plus. It was a status. I mean, like, it's like, but when I'm speaking about this situation, I'm speaking of like that whole demographic of female. Pretty much if she's over 35 and she's physically at least an 8. This is the core of it. All right. This is the core of it.